Alright, so this is a lesson on the product rule. This is a really important rule, just like the chain rule, and we're actually going to use it in between within it. And you'll use it for the rest of the course, so it's really important to get your head around it and try and understand it. So it's not about the speed of it, it's about understanding how to use it so then we can use it quite effectively. Alright, let's get on to it. So the product rule, learning goals use the product rule with the smart substitutions to differentiate. Alright, let's get into it. So if we look at our formula sheet, this is the product rule. So what's in between the U and the V? There's a times. So it means that there's two things that are being times together. Alright, and this is our rule in the formula sheet. In this case, I just want you to ignore it. I don't want you to use this at all, okay? I don't think it's really good for your memory. I don't think it's really good in helping you do the product rule. I'm going to teach a new way. If you can prove me wrong, that's fine. All I want you is to do the best you can. Alright, so we're going to differentiate using the product rule. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the product rule in the way that I want you to write it. So I'm going to go y dash equals, and we always start with v, alright? And then we go u dash plus u v dash, alright? Now, this is with the same situation as here, okay? Where we're going y equals u times v, alright? So v is you know how I said always start with v, is always the second thing, alright? Now what is u and v in this case? Well, this is y, this is equal. There's actually a times in between those two. So u is this one up here, alright? And v is the everything in the brackets. So let me highlight it. U is x squared, and v is this one here. Okay. Now I'm going to take the highlighter out because I feel like it's getting too busy. All right. But I'm going to make that known in the here. Now our setting out is really important. Notice I put a line in the middle of the page already. I want you to do the same thing. And then I want you to do what I've just said. So u equals x squared. Now leave a gap. V equals 2x minus 2 to the power of 5. Okay. Now what we're going to do is that, see how here we've got u dash and v dash. Well, I need to do that. Now the dash just means that we're going to differentiate it. So u dash should be pretty straightforward. The derivative of x squared is just simply 2x, alright? Now what's the derivative of v dash? It might take a couple of lines of working out. This is the chain rule. We know what's going to stay the same what's going to be inside the brackets? Exactly the same thing. 2x minus 2. The power of the brackets goes down by 1, so 5 goes to 4. The 5 goes to the front, and we're going to multiply by what? By the derivative of the inside. The derivative of the inside, hopefully you already know, is 2. It's just the coefficient of x in this case. So therefore v dash equals 10 2x minus 2 to the power of 4. Now we're in a position to solve our problem. So now I'm just going to differentiate, and I'm going to substitute what I wrote in blue. Y dash equals, what's v? Oh, that's here. Oh, that's just 2x minus 2 to the power of 5 times, what's u dash? Because we're looking at that now. Oh, that's 2x times 2x. There's a plus in between. U, what is it? Oh, here it is. X squared times, what's v dash? Well, that's that big thing that we did right at the end. Okay. So times 10, 2x minus 2 to the power of 4. Now we can obviously clean this up, and we are going to clean it up. So I'm going to go y dash equals 2x minus 2 to the power of 5 plus 10x squared 2x minus 2 to the power of 4. Now, a lot of times with these situations, especially with this type of graph, because we've got a common factor very obviously in it, we've also got x as a common factor and 2. Sometimes you see that factored out. So I'm just going to do that. I don't want you to stress about that for the moment. Like, I want you to get to that line of working out, because at that point you've differentiated. If it wants to factorize fully, then we go on further. So I'm just going to show you that right now. So y dash equals, I'm going to take 2x minus 2 to the power of 4 as my common factor, because that only goes up to the power of 4. Then I'm going to open my brackets, I'm going to put square brackets, and I've still got 2x to the power of 2. I mean, not to the power of 2, sorry. That in brackets. Plus, now I've got all of these outside, so all I need is, I've got 2x, so it's just going to be 5x. All right. And obviously I can clean that up. I don't like that color writing. So I'm going to go back to the purple. So y dash equals 2x minus 2 to the power of 4, bracket. I'm going to add the x's together, so it's 7x minus 2, which actually looks really, really nice. Okay. Now, if you can get to this point, great. Okay. But if it's getting like too much, make sure you get to this point confidently. Okay. All right, I'm going to do one more example. I've gone too long, so I'm just going to do it quickly. I'm going to put my line through the middle, and let's get started. So u will be x squared. See if you're with me. V will be square root of 3x plus 2. Now I'm also going to write as 3x plus 2 to the power of a half, because I need to. U dash will just be 2x. V dash will be, this is a chain rule, we're going to put half at the front. 3x plus 2 to the power of negative a half times 3. So V dash equals 3 over 2. 3x plus 2 to the power of negative a half. Now I can put that as a fraction. I'll deal with that later. What's our formula? Y dash, always start with V. All right, V, U dash plus U, V dash. All right, always start with V, where Y equals U times V. All right, so the second thing. Y dash equals, what's V? Well, I'm just going to put square root of 3x plus 2 times u dash 2x plus u x squared. V dash equals 3 over 2 3x plus 2 to the power of negative a half. Now I'm just going to clean this up a little bit, not as much as I went last time. 2x root 3x plus 2 plus, I'm going to put this in a fraction. I'm going to go 3x squared at the top of the fraction, and then see that's at the bottom of the fraction, so I'm going to keep that at the bottom. And because that's a half and it's a negative, I'm going to put it at the bottom as a fraction. 3x plus 2. I feel like that square root is not that obvious, so I'm just going to go 2 square root of 3x plus 2. All right, that is a really good answer. So that is the product rule. Take your time. U equals V equals U dash V dash. Peace out.